Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yasharallah. Kol Haloyim, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Harakakodash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwaf that's keeping the faith in the work. Shall keep at it. This your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 32, and verse 7. It says, "The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right." That's the King James Version. Now I'm going to read that same verse in the New Living Translation. It says, "The smooth tricks of scoundrels are evil. They plot crooked schemes. They lie to convict the poor, even when the cause of the poor is just." Right? I'm on RT right now, and I read an article. The name of the article is called "U.S. Army Admits Probe Ruined Soldiers' Lives." Right? An investigation into fraudulent recruitment bonuses left hundreds on a criminal database. Right? Speaking firsthand, because I was in the military myself. When I tell you, them people don't care nothing about a soldier. Them people don't care nothing about a soldier, bro. All that bonuses and contract and paperwork and all that, you know what I mean, the hooah and all that, man. Look here, man. The moment that you get out that thing, the moment that you say, I don't want to re-up a contract, or the moment that they mess up some paperwork, or they mess up a pay, it's over with, man. They not going to try to correct it, right? When you leave, they're done with you. Facts. That's why you be seeing a lot of ex-soldiers, a lot of ex-military homeless, man. When I tell you, them folk don't care nothing about their own people, man. They don't care nothing about their own people. They don't care nothing about their own military at all. For real, for real. Right? That's why, I don't know if you remember, but I think it was sometime this year where they was trying to pass certain legislation for VA benefits. That's how bad it got. That's how bad it is, rather, right? To have to pass legislation on behalf of your soldiers, right? But that whole military thing ain't nothing but a smooth trick in the first place, man. For real, for real. They pump you full of lies and build your head up like you can do this, that, and third. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is just sign your name on the dotted line. But a lot of times, man, it just be words. They just be talking, man. Once you sign that paper and they ship you off wherever you going, there's a whole nother story, especially if you don't keep up with your paperwork. If you don't keep up with your paperwork, say you get hurt or something like that, man, you got a battle on your hands, man, for real, for real. My dad was in the military too. My dad got hurt in the military before I was born. Right before I was born, he got hurt in the military. I am 42 years old. That man filed for disability through the military before I was born. He just got okayed for it. 42 years, man. 42 years. That's how long it took. And the only reason he was even able to get there is because he kept up with his paperwork, right? And got lawyers involved, right? But anywho, let me read this article, man. It says the U.S. Army mistakenly put hundreds of participants in its National Guard and Reserve recruitment programs onto a criminal watch list during an investigation into fraudulent bonuses, it revealed on Thursday. All right, see, things like this is what's gonna bring about that civil war in this place. Cause it ain't gonna be Jake that's gonna spark that thing. Jake don't care nothing about no civil war, man. Unless you talking about going to war with his own people, right? On some gang stuff or having to do with, the dope game or something like that. Other than that, so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans, man, all the so-called Negro descent, they don't give a damn about no civil war for real, right? These the individuals that's gonna set it off. Your quote-unquote patriots. These the individuals who leave the military and join militias. These are the individuals that storm the Capitol. These are the individuals, right, that have a vast amount of weaponry, and it ain't just for show. They got it for a reason, right? The daughter of Babylon dogs they soldiers out, man. Like I said, I'm telling you firsthand what I know. I ain't telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. Right? But it says some 1,900 names were placed on the FBI's Interstate Identification Index, a database of individual criminal histories which facilitates information sharing between federal and state law enforcement. In the course of a 4-year investigation by the Army's Criminal Investigation Division into fraudulent payouts for recruitment referrals. So how I go in the military, right? You join the military, depending on if it's in the time of war or not, you may get a sign-on bonus, right? If you get a sign-on bonus, then that's just your money. They'll also give you another bonus if you refer somebody and you bring somebody else to your recruiter and they sign up, you also get a portion of their bonus. They don't get their full bonus, but it'll be boosted up so that you can get some, right? But it says recruiters were supposed to receive $2,000 for every new person they signed up. But by the time the program came under scrutiny, it was found that many were taking payments for recruits they never met. While the probe punished 286 of those people with administrative sanctions and 137 were prosecuted, hundreds more were found to have committed no offense, and proper procedures were not always followed to clear their names afterwards. Right? That's how the military does, bro. If they mess up, right, bro, you're going to be waiting. If you mess up, it's instant. If you mess up, say you mess up and you receive too much money and you spend that money. Man, when I tell you they getting their money back the next time you get paid. The next time you get paid, it's guaranteed your funds is gonna be gone. But if they mess up and they owe you more, bro, you're gonna be waiting on that. For real. That's how they do. If you didn't know, the military is a business as well. Right? Yes, it is attached to government. Guess what? Government is business as well. It's business, man. Soldiers are employees. That's why they call it a job. Facts, man. Your job first is a soldier. Secondly, whatever it is your MOS is. MOS being your job in the military. Right? You may be a cook. You may be a CBRN, which is chemical. You may be a mechanic. You may be an engineer. Whatever it is, that comes second. But at the end of the day, the military is your job, which means it is a business. Right? It said, let me see where I left off at. All right. Proper procedures were not always followed to clear their names afterwards. It's going to be a while for that. All right, because that's how they get down. The CID has investigated over 900 cases, finding more than half required some sort of correction to the record. It aims to fix all the records by the end of the year. Unable to pass background checks, affected individuals could not get promoted within the military or obtain certain jobs. outside, nor could they purchase firearms or obtain security clearances, while the service has encouraged anyone who thinks they were affected to reach out to CID personnel. Chief declined to say whether victims would be financially compensated for whatever misfortunes befell them subsequent to the probe. So whatever happened to you, because your name got put on their list, you just gonna have to deal with it. That's what it looked like it said. All right. Says, but after, let me see. I skipped a piece. CID Director Gregory Ford told Stars and Stripes that while his agency does not know why the names were not removed from the Interstate Identification Index when they were found not to be involved in the fraud scheme, nor would the ongoing review determine what led to the mix-up. But after the Army missed its 2022 recruitment goals by 15,000 troops, so 2022, they were short of whatever the number was they were trying to reach by 15,000. Says the worst shortfall since scrapping the military draft. The National Guard is reportedly considering reestablishing recruitment bonuses. Says officials have attributed the lack of interest to an increased focus on suicides and sexual harassment in the military, the vaccine mandate, and financial concerns. See, you can also add in what's going on overseas. Ain't nobody blind to that. People keep saying that, the daughter of Babylon ain't involved, but clearly we see they involved, right? That's clear and apparent. And it's only a matter of time before they wage full-fledged war on whether it be Russia or whether it be China or whatever country over there that they beefing with. And they beefing with some of everybody, right? But the point I wanted to make off of this article is these are the individuals that are going to and have already turned their back on the daughter of Babylon because of how they're being treated. See, what makes a patriot is they really do believe that the daughter of Babylon is for them. They really do believe that the daughter of Babylon is for the people. So if they believe that the daughter of Babylon is for the people, they should act like it's for the people. So if something like this come up, that should be handled instantly. Shouldn't take a process, especially if you already know the individuals who are innocent, right? But as we just read, they quote unquote still working on the problem, right? Then on top of that, whatever it is that you dealt with while you were going through this, it's not going to leave, right? So many of these individuals, now when it come to us, you already know why we joined the military, right? 9 times out of 10, it's for college education and it's for a check. That's it. You got that one, he don't know no better. That, Pope baby, he don't know no better, right? But as far as Esau go, that man joined the military because he real deal believe he fighting for his daughter of Babylon, right? He believed the story that's been taught in elementary school and middle school and high school, and he wants to add on to that legacy because his dad or his granddad and his granddad's dad and so forth and so on fought in such and such wars. So he wants to add on to the legacy. But then that man get involved in the daughter of Babylon's military and get chewed up and spit out. All that patriotism stuff go out the window as far as being joined to the daughter of Babylon's military. That's why you see a lot of them join their own military called militias. All right. You go to the book of 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra chapter where's that 4? So like 1 second. Salak, 2nd Ezra 6 and 23. Says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation in the end of your world. Right? But friends shall fight one against another like enemies. Right? These different militias, man, they on some you either with us or against us type deals. Right? And they ain't talking about the Lord gonna deal with you. They talking about they gonna deal with you. And it's gonna be at the end of some assault rifle or some big ass hand pistol. Right? Like for real. Man, they all over the daughter of Babylon. For real, for real. They work with you. You just don't know it. For real. Right? And scripture says, man, yeah, they gonna get ill. It's gonna get ill out here, man. Let me go to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. 15 and 5, it says, behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Right? This is a portion of those hurtful works. Right? Doing mankind any kind of way they want to, and not expecting a recompense for that. And scripture says you got to get that back, man. It said, be not deceived. As a man soweth, so must he reap. Or so shall he reap. You got to get that back. Right? And it's going to come in the form of your people uprising and turning on one another and tearing this place down. Then ultimately, Yahweh Bashim Hawashai sending chariots down and tearing this place up in the midst of, right, World War III. And those ICBM missiles tearing this place up. Right? This place got a tab and it's long overdue, man. They got to pay. Right? They got to pay. Let me see. Let me go to 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right? These are the individuals that's going to set that off, man. Because they've been listening to their kings and their princes. Right? They've been listening and adhering to everything that they say to do in order to be looked at a certain way in this place. And what they come to find out is if they follow what their kings and their princes say, that don't necessarily mean that your kings and your princes are going to appreciate that. In fact, they may even talk down on you for doing so. Oh, that's just a low level such and such. He's just a military guy. But if it wasn't for those dudes and those women that put them suits on and take their ass overseas and die for you, dumb ass, wouldn't be no daughter of Babylon. Right? And that's the whole point of their mindset. Right? You keep talking about you want to go do this, that, and the third overseas, but you ain't giving a damn about the people that you sending over there. Right? Most I said you got to get that back, man. You have to. You have to. Right? It's going to lead to sedition among men, invading one another, and men not regarding their kings nor princes in the course of their actions standing in their power. Right? I said via the militias and all of these other organizations that exist with the same mindset of these people. Right? I said we are not in that loop. We fully understand Yahweh Shem Shai gonna make things right. We got that, man. But this is one of the ways that Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna make that thing right. By turning the Egyptian versus the Egyptian. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me get that. Let me see. Salah. 1 second. All right, so this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, and verse 1. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, a chariot, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Right? Egypt, in this sense, it's not talking about literal Egypt. Right? This place is a spiritual Egypt. Deuteronomy 28:68 says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Right? What is that? Revelation 11. Spiritual Egypt and spiritual Sodom. Right? It says Yahweh Shem Shai coming to this place with chariots. Right? Verse 2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Right? So, hey, keep doing what you're doing, Babylon. You're doing a bang up job. Matter of fact, go even harder, so that these prophecies can go ahead and be fulfilled, and you can get out the way, and the kingdom of the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai can be full-fledged in effect. Right, so with that, Yahweh Shem Shai Ratazah, these precepts in this video were edifying. Call Haloyim Yahweh Shem Shai, Bahashem Harakah Kodash Shalom Yashala.